Well, tech peddlers tell us corporate blogging has the ability to establish solid brand recognition and boost the bottom line. It's a relatively new practice here in Australia, but a number of companies like Telstra and ING have been embracing the practice. However, a recent survey reviewing nearly 100 sites from Fortune 500 companies found a lot of corporate blogs are dull, drab, and they fail to stimulate discussion. Can you really make the corporate blog pay dividends then for your business? Well, joining us to discuss this topic further is Jeremy Mitchell, the editor of Telstra's corporate blogging site, Now We Are Talking. Jeremy, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
It is an interesting area because I'm not sure that everyone necessarily understands the fine differences between a normal corporate website and a corporate blogging site. So what are they?
Well, the one thing you'll learn very quickly when you start talking about the internet, they love using words to confuse people. But people describe, I guess, the blogging sort of corporate sites as Web 2. What essentially means is a two-way conversation. The old Web 1 was very much the companies just saying, this is our point of view, there it is, there was no opportunity for a discussion. Web 2 enables, through technology, people to be able to interact with companies, and for example on our website Now We Are Talking, every story we publish, every news feature we have, there's an opportunity for our readers to actually tell us their views, and they can either join a formal discussion which is on a specific sort of topic, or they can just comment on the news story. So it's about breaking down that barrier of having a one-way conversation, which has normally been the corporate just to the readers, to have a two-way conversation. That's how we like to sort of describe it, as a conversation.
I mean, what sort of people are online, active and blogging? I mean, do you get a sense of who they are?
Well, we have a mix of people, and our site's 3 years old, and originally started with the idea that we had some very strongish sort of views on things within the telecommunications industry, and we wanted to express them, but we were finding that it wasn't being picked up in mainstream media, and so we developed the website Now We Are Talking, so we can say, well, this is our point of view, what's yours? And that started that discussion. But now, 3 years on, it's sort of changed a fair bit. We are going into different areas of telecommunications. We're going into the environment, getting conversations around the impacts that telecommunications has on the environment. So what we're finding is that within the one community, we're now breaking up into sort of different communities. So if your interest is in sort of mobile phones, then you can come and you look in that mobile phone area.
So, it's a corporate mouthpiece, essentially?
No, it's a corporate, it's our viewpoint, certainly, and if you want to know what Telstra stands for, what it believes in, and what its view on a certain subject is, there is a portal there, Now We Are Talking, where people actually come and have a look at. But more than that, and this is I think, what the key success story about a website like Now We Are Talking is, and for any corporate who wants to do it, you have to have the ability for people to let you know their views. And some will agree, some will disagree, but it really is a changing culture in the company to sort of have that opportunity for people to support you or criticise you.
I mean, you're a big company doing the corporate blogging site. We mentioned in the intro, dull, drab, and failing to stimulate discussion is the criticisms. What's your advice to other businesses and even small businesses thinking about doing this sort of thing?
Diversify. I mean, a classic example is we've got a range of bloggers on our site. Now, we have our two most successful ones, Hugh Bradlow, Dr. Hugh Bradlow, who is you might remember him as the hologram that was we did when at the beginning of the year. He was Mr. Hologram. One of the leading people in the world about technology and what's happening. Fascinating. He has a blog, so he has a real cult following. But what enables it is for him to decide what topic he wants to talk about. It's not like the marketing people or sales people saying, Hugh, can you talk to us about this? This is what he wants to sort of talk about. So that's a very personalised sort of opinion. But secondly, enables people to actually then converse with him through his blog. So people react to it, ask him questions, and so it's a really good opportunity for people to mix. So that's on one side. Our second biggest blogger is Peter Habib, our Gen Y blogger, who talks about his bus trips or talks about a bus weekend.
Who would be interested in that? That's
exactly. So diversify, I think, is the key question, and be real.
Something for everyone. Jeremy Mitchell, thank you very much from Now We Are Talking. Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jeremy Mitchell there. Let's take a quick break.